Hello, everyone, and good morning. Thank you for joining us for our virtual open enrollment seminar. At this time, we will go over MetLife voluntary life and AD&D benefits for plan year 2026. Before we get started, I would like to brief everyone on a couple of housekeeping items. All attendees are muted and will remain muted throughout the presentation. If you have a question, please type it in the chat box located on the right-hand side of the presentation screen. Be informed that if you type a question in the chat box, everyone attending the session will see your question and your name. If you have a question that is sensitive or confidential, we do recommend that you reach out to the County Benefits Division or your benefits ambassador to discuss your questions. A copy of the presentation, along with the slide deck, will be posted on the Benefits Open Enrollment website. At this time, I will turn it over to our presenter, Matt Leeper.
Great, thank you. And thank you for having me here today to talk about your benefits. So we are going to jump right in. We have a lot of information to cover, and we're talking about your life insurance. So we have County of San Diego. Thank you for having us here. A little bit about what is the life insurance. And really, this is an income protection product. This is here to safeguard your family if you are not around to provide for them. So as you can see on the slide here, there are a number of different things that you can use your life insurance proceeds to protect. Most commonly, that's going to be if you have a family, you have to pay for childcare or education, mortgage or rent payments, car payments, things like that, and of course, food, utilities. So the life insurance is really there to help protect that standard of living that your family is used to. We have a real wide range of options to fit your needs. And a couple key things to note. The beneficiary is going to receive the death benefits income tax free. And during these open enrollment periods, I always urge everyone to take a look at your needs, see what level of insurance you may need, and also make sure that your beneficiaries are updated on a yearly basis. Employees can designate or change those beneficiaries on the MetLife website, or they can call the MetLife record keeping. So if you have difficulty with either of those options, we can also take in a beneficiary form on the county website. So taking a look first at what the coverage is in terms of dollars, you have that basic life and AD&D coverage that is available to you. This is employer paid, and depending on what class you may fall into for employment, you have the options of that flat $10,000 or a multiple of your basic annual earnings. Something that is also available is a flat $2,000 for your spouse or domestic partner and your dependent children. Available also on the coverage is something that we call ABO, which is that accelerated benefit option. And that will allow you to take a portion of your life insurance proceeds while you are still living if you were diagnosed with a terminal illness and met some of the conditions within the life certificate. There is a minimum benefit just for the life insurance overall. And then there is a maximum benefit as well that you can see listed here. We are going to move on to the supplemental life. And this really is the life insurance where you would pay as the employee. You can purchase additional coverage to further give that your family those proceeds to help that standard of living. MetLife does offer you the opportunity for that 1 to 6 times your basic annual earnings up to $2 million. With this supplemental life coverage, there is a statement of health that is required. And MetLife will email that link to the statement of health on their website or they can email that directly to employees in late November. That accelerated benefit option is available on this supplemental life as well. And you'll see that that is up to 75% or $500,000. You also have the ability to enroll in supplemental spouse life for your spouse or domestic partner. That is going to be a $10,000 benefit, and no statement of health is needed here. So at the time, if you are enrolled in this and you have a claim, at the time of that claim, you do need to provide MetLife with a copy of the marriage certificate. Or if you have a domestic partner, you need to provide copy of the affidavit or domestic partnership, excuse me, of domestic partnership. If you want to enroll a non-registered domestic partner, we have a link that is out and available for you, found on the County Benefit Division's website, and that is the affidavit for enrollment of domestic partners. We also have the voluntary AD&D, which stands for accident, death, and dismemberment coverage. And this is a separate coverage. This will be a coverage that you can purchase to further supplement the life insurance policy. For the employee, you have that 1 to 3 times your basic annual earnings, up to a maximum of $1 million. And then your spouse and domestic partner can enroll, and your dependent children can enroll based upon how you select your coverage. So if you are enrolling the spouse, domestic partner, and children, that option would be 50% for the spouse or domestic partner and 15% for the children. If you enroll spouse or domestic partner only, then that would be 60% of your coverage amount. And if you are enrolling a dependent child or children only, that is 25% of your coverage amount. Now, along with the dollar amounts associated with the life insurance, MetLife also offers the value add services you see here, those MetLife Advantages. And we have them listed out in a couple of different buckets because they are associated with the coverages, the basic coverage, the supplemental life coverage, and that voluntary accidental death and dismemberment coverage. With that basic life, everyone is enrolled in the basic life, and you will have access to the willcenter.com website, which is a self-help website where you can create a will, living will, or power of attorney online in as little as 15 minutes. Grief counseling is made available, and funeral discounts and planning services are made available. With the supplemental life, we offer those face-to-face will preparation and estate resolution services. So this is a little more in-depth. If you are creating a will and you need to speak to an attorney face-to-face, MetLife is going to make a legal plan attorney available to you at no cost. This is a great, great benefit. I always talk about this when I speak to anyone who may be enrolled in the supplemental life. The average cost for an attorney is somewhere around $400 per hour. And if you haven't had a will prepared, if you are enrolled in the supplemental life or thinking about enrolling in the supplemental life, this can save you a lot of money to have that will prepared. Also, those estate resolution services, again, no cost to you, and you can have those consultations to help discuss your estate. Also available is that travel assistance. So if there were an emergency while you were traveling internationally or domestically, you can call and get some assistance from counselors that will help with things like emergency medical evacuation, dispatch of a physician, worldwide virtual medical consultations, and other assistance services there. And then available for everyone, the concierge claims or the claims concierge service. MetLife is offering a concierge team to help the employees, beneficiaries, and help them through the claims process. So if anyone has to file a life insurance claim, we know that it is one of the most difficult times of your life, definitely very stressful. And we have someone there that really will provide some comfort, sympathy, and kind of guide you through that process, making sure that everything that you need through the claims process is taken care of. You don't have to stress about worrying about what if or what else do I need to do. That claims concierge rep will help you through the process. Empathy is also a service available, and that is there to provide employees and their families with personalized guidance to help them through those difficult weeks and months following that loss. MetLife really wants to, help you through that difficult time if you have to go through and file that claim. And again, these MetLife advantages are all offered at no additional cost to you. These are, provided to really help you um, navigate some of those things in life that you may need to take care of. Next, I am going to talk about two different continuation options for your coverage. And you may have heard about conversion or portability. What we're looking at is a grid on the screen here. And first, I will talk about conversion. So this is an option that gives you the ability to convert your group life benefits to an individual life insurance policy when that policy under the employer group plan reduces or terminates. So that is, you've moved from full time to part time, you may be separating from the company, or there may be some other change in the benefit that reduces that in whole or in part. Uh, Conversion is available for that basic life, supplemental life, the dependent life, and then the supplemental dependent life. Whatever coverage you have in place is the maximum that you have available to convert. So there is no increase that is available. You can take a lesser amount if you do choose, and I believe there's no minimum on the amount converted. With the conversion, there is no statement of health required. There will be, specific rates that you can speak with an individual rep around if you go through the conversion process. And there's an election period for this. And let's say, for example, you are going to leave employment, and you know that on, let's say, September 30th is going to be your last day with the company. Uh, then you have benefits in force all the way through October. You have that grace period of 31 days, and that is your election period. You can elect to convert. And if you do convert, then on that 32nd day would be the day that your new converted life policy would begin. Now, portability is another option. And this allows you and your dependents to continue that group term life under an employer group plan, under another individual kind of pool policy if that employer group plan ends. You have more coverages available here. So you have your basic life, supplemental life, dependent supplemental life, dependent life, and then the voluntary accidental death and dismemberment coverage. There is the ability to increase the maximum here, unlike with the conversion policy. So generally, you have the amount that you have in force under your group policy. You can retain that amount with no statement of health or medical evidence of insurability. However, if you do want to increase, then you can move forward through that statement of health or medical evidence of insurability process. There is a minimum of $10,000 required coverage for portability. And like I said, that you do not have a requirement for the statement of health if you are continuing with the standard port rates. But if you do want to have the increase, or if you want the preferred rate, you can go through the medical process. And then you have the same type of election period where if you had your last day on September 30th, you would be covered under the group policy plan during that election period. And if you chose to elect then on that 32nd day, that would be your new policy um, effective date. A little bit more about your ABO, that accelerated benefit option. That is, again, that option to allow you to receive a portion of your life proceeds prior to passing away if you have been diagnosed as terminally ill. That money can be used for any purpose, so that is not tied to medical bills or anything like that. Um, this is for you to spend the money as you see fit. As you navigate the end of life process and you want to spend time with your family, this gives you that option. Um, Common question is how much can I receive? And I think I covered that before. You can receive up to 75% of the policy. So a minimum of $5,000, but not to exceed $500,000 of that group life benefit. Um, the request for ABO is subject to an independent medical review and approval by MetLife, and payments are generally made as a lump sum, and you may receive those excuse me, that's a tongue twister. May receive those accelerated benefits only one time. With the rest of the life insurance. So if you have received up to that 75% or whatever amount you choose lesser than that, the other portion remains in force as your group life policy and then would be paid upon your death. And then any future contributions to your life insurance under the plan would be waived. To apply for that, you can contact your benefits department for that application and then return that to MetLife along with a signed physician certification that you are terminally ill. One other nice benefit on the life insurance is what we call waiver of premium. And this is a continuation of your life insurance for employees that are totally disabled. So if you become disabled and cannot work, and there's a continuation waiting period. That period is going to start on the date that you become totally disabled and ends 6 consecutive months later. And what that means is you're unable to perform the material duties of your job. And then you are, after that initial 2 years, those 24 months, unable to perform any other job for which you are qualified by education, training, or experience. And this waiver of premium will allow you to continue that life insurance and that supplemental insurance without actually paying those premiums because you are disabled and unable to work. That waiver will end the date that you pass away or the date that your total disability ends, the date that you not give U.S. Proof do not give us proof that your total disability as required, or the date that you refuse to be examined by our physician as required, and then the date that you attain age 65. And then that disability verification, just to verify that you have been totally disabled without interruption. We may require from time to time that you send us proof that you have been continually disabled or totally disabled. And MetLife will not ask you for proof more than one time per year. And again, for applying for that, to request that waiver of premium, you can contact the benefits department for an application and then return it to MetLife along with a signed physician certification. Now, at any time, if you do wish to view any of the documents, I know I am someone that hears this information. I can make decisions, and then months down the road, I have forgotten exactly what I read and what I need, um, or where I might need to find the information. So we have the microsite that's available to County of San Diego. And there is a lot of information here. Um, in just a moment, I'll walk you through navigating that website. But out here, you can find information about those life insurance policies, about the value add services that I talked about. There is a life insurance calculator. So if you were enrolling at this time and wanted to know how much insurance is enough, uh, we have that available to you as well. And then again, that beneficiary designation with instructions located on that homepage as well. We also have an additional website, which is called My Benefits. And that website is a MetLife um, site that will do largely the same. You will be able to access your benefits and look at your plan documents. You can first go out to the website, and I'll show you that website here in just a minute. But you create your profile. And if you've ever had a My Benefits profile before from having any MetLife benefits, you can simply reset your password, and then it should take you through the steps to do that, and you should be able to import your current MetLife benefits. And if not, there is a help section where you can actually call into MetLife and somebody can help you with that. This is also available on an app that's available on the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. But you do have to go out to the website first to create that profile or reset your password, and then you can link that password to your mobile app. So at any point, if you have questions, you can go out to that metlife.com/my benefits website. Your open enrollment begins on October 6th, and that will run through October 30th. I will not read out the entire URL here for uh, your microsite, but you can see that MetLife microsite will be available. That should be distributed to you where you can click on that to get your information. And then we also have the 1-800-GET-MET-8 phone number. And you can call that phone number and you can ask questions online on the phone and get some answers from the individual assisting you there. So now I am in your microsite. And actually, let me click on home. This is what the home page should look like for County of San Diego. It will have a nice welcome banner here for you. And at the top, you have the links for home, benefits, and resources. And if you scroll down the page, you have links as well to some of the things I've talked about. So you can view information on your life insurance, that accidental death and dismemberment insurance, and those MetLife advantages. If you specifically go to the benefits link, that takes you right down to the page that we were looking at. Or if you click on resources, this will jump you to a page with a number of different links. Now, as we scroll down the page, you can see we have our 800 Get Met phone number available for you there. We have a link to that My Benefits website where you can log in or register. And we have a little video there to help you go step by step through the process to register for My Benefits. Very helpful if you ever have to file a claim. There is a how to file a claim uh, portion here for you. And that's going to walk you through every step of the way. And as you scroll down, we have your life insurance documents and further down your MetLife advantages. And these are all links to where you can find the different documents and different information. So first, I just want to show you where your life insurance, you can find your life insurance certificates. You can find your statement of health forms, your waiver of premium form. There is additional links here for your long-term disability summary plan description and your ABO form if you are in California. So if I were to just click on the link there for the certificate, this will open. We can see where I've done this previously, and this has taken me down to the table of contents. But when you open your certificate, this is a large document. Most certificates are going to be between 50 and 90 pages. So just as a matter of convenience, when you go to look at one of these, you will notice that the first probably 20 pages or so may be notices for the different states. If you like, you can do Control Find on your keyboard and look for the term schedule of benefits, or you can look for table of contents, and that will bring you to that table of contents that will then tell you where specific information is throughout the document. Schedule of benefits is always a good one because that will tell you exactly what the language is in terms of your benefit. So if you happen to be class 1, this will tell you what your benefit is. And this is talking about its long-term disability benefits. If we were to, I'm going to go back and click on the life certificate, and we'll do the same thing. We'll actually, it's going to open up right at the schedule of benefits for us. But this tells you your class, when you're looking at the different classes, what the coverage will be. These are very long documents, but this will contain all the information you might need about that policy. If you are looking for information on your MetLife Advantages and how do we use these MetLife Advantages is a common question. Let's say you want to use the digital estate planning as an example. You can come right to that link. You will click on your link, and this brings you to your estate planning flyer. This is going to give you a little bit of information there about what you can use. And it tells you who's eligible. How do I access the online estate planning solution? And it tells you right there. All you need to do is visit the www.willscenter.com and then follow the online instructions. And it does walk you through the process. It's really a nice step-by-step process. You can sign your documents. And what's nice about the online process, it knows all the state-specific rules for making your documents official. In most cases, that's notary. So you can see that frequently asked question at the bottom, where can I get access to a notary? But typically, once you've signed those documents, you take that to the notary, and they're available at the banks, UPS, or FedEx locations. Another example on the MetLife Advantages, let's say we want to use the travel assistance. And we would click on travel assistance. This again takes you to another page where you have a lot of different information on what this can help with. And I'm going to make this a little larger. We'll lose some of the information, but it's as simple as either going to the website or calling the phone numbers. So if you travel a lot, I would suggest maybe saving these phone numbers in your contact list, especially if you're outside of the US. You probably don't have access to your computer or your benefits info unless you have the app. But you can call the phone number and then you will be connected to a person who can help you through what you may need. So that might be something you're traveling out of the country and you have, let's say, lost your wallet. So we have that help with lost documents, credit cards, or luggage while traveling. If you're traveling, let's say you're in the country and you're traveling with your pet and you need some assistance, there were there was some need that you might have something special for your pet. You may be able to get the help there. If you're a victim of identity theft, that happens. You can call and someone there can help you walk through the process to, at least cancel your cards and whatever else you may have to do, in order to take care of yourself, get yourself home. But they will be there and they can walk you through that process. Um, so just wanted to walk you through all of that. I'm going to click back on the home button and just show you, you could click on those tiles to get to that same bit of information. If you click on your life insurance tile, that is going to give you um, something that's a little bit more easy to read than the life certificate. And it also gives you the link for that life insurance calculator that I've talked about. But when you click on that plan details, you get a summary that is much nicer to read than that 90-page certificate document. So you can see what the basic terms and coverage options are going to be for you. And with that, I'll pause and allow you the opportunity again to see the metlife.com/my benefits site and our phone number at 1-800-GET-MET8. And that will conclude the presentation. Thank you for taking time to listen to this.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Matt, for a wonderful presentation and information regarding our MetLife plans for our employees. I would also like to thank everyone for attending. And at this time, we'll conclude the seminar. Thanks again for joining us and have a great day.